Good afternoon, my distinguished, I should say, friends, and the other distinguished people, dignitaries, notaries, and lovers of my dear friend Keshav. Good afternoon to all of you. It would not be an exaggeration to say that I am overjoyed at being at the inauguration ceremony of Keshav's new book. Now, Keshav is one of my students in the early phases of my university career. And sometimes I don't know much about the book yet already, but from what I know of him, I think in future I'll be able to say a few very good things about the book too. But Keshav was my student, but to be very honest with you, I constantly feel inferior to him. I feel inferior to him. Because I was never one of the grade 1 scholars or grade 1 students, but I prided myself on the amount of reading I did every day. Keshav surpassed me. That was my first feeling of inferiority. Secondly, I am a very cautious and lazy writer. I churn out books at intervals of 4 years, etc. Keshav is prolific. Even after his very busy schedule as a headmaster of a school in South Kolkata, you know, DOGO school, some of the faculty of that school are present here today, and he runs it so very well. He manages the school so very well. I went there during one of the Saraswati Pujas. There are few things I avoid in my life. One is Saraswati Puja and book fair. I don't observe them. But since Keshav called me, I had to go to the Saraswati Puja and had to come to the book fair inauguration ceremony for a book. Now, how does he find time? He looks after his family. He has a very bright children, doing very well, and he has done so much work in so many areas. It was panchayat and rural development, gender and empowerment of women, environment. He wrote books and articles for esteemed international journals and national journals and periodicals. He did post a major research project for ICSSR. I don't know how he manages these things. Now, this is the last of his book, probably the most daring of his books. Why? Because as a very cautious scholar, I have always written on very arcane and old subjects. Abstruse, arcane and old. Nobody is going to say anything good or bad for it, okay? And I have avoided works which have a certain amount of presentism in it. No doubt, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, our revered Chief Minister of West Bengal, is a phenomenon. But it's a little early to judge that phenomenon unless my dear student Keshav proposes to regularly update and modify the book, because there would be new challenges, new achievements, new failures, new problems with our Chief Minister, since he is such a dynamic person. I would request all of you to procure a book, if not, even if you don't purchase it, read it, and I think my student Keshav must have done a very good job of it, because he normally does. He puts everything in he puts everything in all his work, and he's a very dedicated scholar. I think he deserves much more in life than what he has got today. And I can say in front of all of you that he considers me as some kind of a father. Many of my students do, and that is one of the few things I have earned in my very mundane teaching career of 42 years in one college and 2 universities. Thank you everyone.